So on a bunch of our videos, we have stated that buying a flight out of the country is the most expensive thing on your trip. And that's most likely true if you're flying out of the U.S.
And back in, obviously.
Why? If you're flying out of the U.S., this is most likely true because flying anywhere takes a long time, especially Europe and Asia. South America is a little cheaper, but if you're flying out of the U.S., it's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
So, booking cheap flights is a big deal. Set up travel alerts. Sites like Skyscanner, Google has their own flight tracker stuff.
And the obvious ones like Expedia, Kayak.
That kind of stuff. Do that. Also, places like Travel Zoo. Go to Travel Zoo. They send out specials daily in daily emails. They send out specials for flights and hotels and events in different parts of the world. So look into that and find those sites that will send you the specials for that week or that month or that day.
If you can make bogus death certificates for someone overseas and pretend that someone died and you need...
Best way to earn quick miles is to get a travel credit card. These will give you a ton of miles after you spend a certain amount of money within a set time period for that credit card. For instance, Capital One Venture Card, if you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, you get 40,000 miles, which is equivalent to $400 of travel. They also have another one where you can get 20,000 or 30,000 miles, the Venture One card. Chase has some good ones. Almost every airline has specific ones to their airline. I know Spirit offers crazy amount of points to sign up for theirs when you're actually on a Spirit flight. That's another good time to do it because if you can sign up for a credit card for an airline while you're on the plane, they give you even more bonus points. The key is to get those bonus points at the beginning because yes, if you spend money on your credit card, you're going to slowly earn points over time. But you really don't want to be spending all your money on 10 different credit cards. So what you want to do is you want to spend that $3,000 for the first 3 months, pay off that credit card, move on to the next one, and get those points over and over and over again until you accumulate enough. I've had the Capital One card for 6 months now, and I have enough to fly almost around the entire world. So definitely look into all the different types of credit cards you can get. There are a ton out there. The big thing is to not rack up a ton of debt on those credit cards.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Also, when you're flying out of the country, don't just look at your nearest airport. For example, I can fly from Dallas to Dublin for between $800 and $900, which is a lot. But if I bought a $99 flight to LA or even drove to LA, I can fly to Dublin for about $400. It's a lot of extra time flying west to then go all the way back east, but it saves $300-400. It's well worth it. So that's the reason we ended up driving to Boston to fly out to Iceland. It was because WoW Air to Iceland was running $99 specials. So instead of flying from Dallas, which would have been around $500, we just road tripped up to Boston. Spent not even $200 on that trip because we stayed with friends.
Yep.
And then we were able to fly out for $100. So.
Yeah, and speaking of Iceland, Iceland Air and WoW Air run specials pretty much year-round on stopover flights in Iceland. You can get I think it's the max, maybe a 72-hour stopover in Iceland on your way to another country in Europe. So you get a 3-day stop in a beautiful country, basically free. You don't have to pay to fly there. You're paying to fly all the way across the Atlantic. So definitely look into something like that, and you can go check out the wonderful country of Iceland.
And some of these discount airlines will look so cheap, but you will need to check a bag. And sometimes they throw those massive fees on the checked bags, and it's easier just to go with another airline that may look slightly more expensive, but when you factor in the price of the checked bags, it comes out to about the same, and it's probably a nicer airline. So look at the checked bag fee because some of them are astronomical. Ryanair, it'll double your, I know we're not talking Ryanair right now, but just for example, on Ryanair, it'll double the price of the ticket if you want to check a bag and things like that. So,
if you're flying inside the United States, a domestic flight, a lot of people much smarter than me came up with an algorithm that told them that 53 days before your flight date is the optimal day to book your flight. Also, booking flights on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are far cheaper than Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays. So keep that in mind whenever you're booking domestic flights. Whatever miles you do earn on your credit card most likely will not apply to budget airlines like the Capital One card. I cannot use those miles for Spirit Airlines. It has to be a normal
Real
airplane. Yeah, like American Airlines, Southwest, stuff like that. Southwest also has a good credit card with Chase.
Also, if something happens and you have to change your flight, it's not the end of the world. We wanted to come back early from New Zealand, for example. We left, I think 3 weeks before we were supposed to come back home.
Yeah.
And we were able to call and change the flight. Mine only cost me like $54 to change. If you really need to stay or you really need to leave early, and it's not necessarily the flight that you booked. People talk about change fees a lot, but in our experience, they weren't anything you can't handle.
Our favorite airline to fly internationally was Turkish.
Turkish Airlines.
Unbelievable. The food is great, the entertainment is great, the comfort is great, the customer service is great. Everything about it is great. If you're flying in Asia, be wary. Almost every single time we had a bad experience, either landing, taking off, or somewhere in the middle. On the Asian airlines, the captain is the one in charge, and he is not to be questioned. And so there have been crashes due to the pilot refusing to listen to the rest of his crew, or just the rest of his crew not being able to say anything because they don't have a say-so. So just be wary when you're flying on those Asian airlines. Yeah, I'd say stay away from Thai Lion.
We honestly thought we were going to die on that.
Thought we were going to die. There are some over in Asia that still have prop plane. It's still a prop plane. It's not a engine, not a jet engine.
It doesn't make you feel sick.
Woo.
That's for sure.
So that sums up our travel tips on booking flights and earning miles. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go check out our website at backtothepeacefulsea.com. If you liked the video,
Drop a like. If you didn't, do a dislike. But tell us why. Tell us what we can do better. Ask us questions in the comments below. We like to answer your questions. We want you to have an incredible travel experience. And again, for 10 grand, either one of us will travel with you wherever you want to go.
that's it. We'll see you next week.
Back to the peaceful